Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning for Miss Ayu's LinkedIn workshop. All right, it's on a Saturday morning. I think some of you have to drag yourself out of bed, but I think it's all for a good cause and experience. And let's enjoy the session. I, for one, have to admit that even my LinkedIn is totally dead. I have to revive it. Hopefully, hopefully this workshop, I'm going to enhance it, for future employers or for any colleagues who want to connect with me. I should pass the floor to you, Rani, to introduce Ayu.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, thanks for
Okay,
that.
sure. A very happy morning to all the participants, to Colin, Annalise, and our guest, Miss Ayu, who took time on this Saturday morning. Just very quickly to introduce her to you, because after that, I'm sure she will also share. So Ayu is actually a friend of mine on LinkedIn, which I quite recently became, just like a few months, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw her doing all these great things to help unemployed graduates, through her talks and all. So I wrote to her and I said, I'm going to do this impact project. Would you like to help me do a similar kind of program? So she agreed and we became friends. So Ayu is actually a very self-driven, progress-minded person from what I see from her LinkedIn post. And she's also, recently she won top 10 influential people. Am I right, Ayu?
Ayu, you're on mute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's top
top 10
top
young talents.
10 Asia Young Talent Asia Monster Award. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that lah.
Yeah, it was a very high profile event with 900 nominees from 20 different nationalities. So it's really awesome that she was among the top 10 young talents, right? And she's also as a graduate in IT, she's also very what should I say, full of initiative. She does a lot of things. She loves to learn, and I've seen that she just doesn't. If she doesn't know anything, I think she just goes out there to make sure she finds out and she picks up. She's actually a very motivated learner, I should say. So Ayu, I hand over the session to you, and back to Colin, who will start the session with us. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to hand over to Ayu anyway. Ayu, the
Okay,
floor is
okay,
yours.
okay.
Please.
So it's mine, huh? Okay. So before I start, I want to share a video.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you?
Let me can you see the
Yes, you can see your screen.
all right. So let me share this. Can you hear the sound?
If you're watching this,
Yes.
Yeah, quite soft.
Okay.
if you're watching this, chances are good you want to get a job. You want to go from student to rising star, and you want to avoid eating the same meal over and over and over again. Good news, you're in the right place. That's right, LinkedIn. It's not just for top executives. It's not just for old people with heavy briefcases. It's for you, and it's the perfect place for you to start your professional story. Say you want to get a job in New York City. You've never been there before, but that's okay because you have LinkedIn on your side. You start by creating your profile. You give it love because you know it's what recruiters are looking for day and night. It's your resume that never sleeps. It's your flashing neon sign that says, hire me, for the love of all that is good in this world, hire me. Then you start making connections. Alumni working in New York? Yes. Recruiters at top companies in New York? Yes. Your mom's best friend? Yes. You start imagining whose shoes you want to walk in. You think, wow, this is a lot of deep stuff to consider. You shake yourself out of it and start searching for jobs. Whoa, that's a lot of jobs for students. Time to get down to business. You start to tailor your profile. You start applying. You feel empowered, in control, like you should be CEO. That gives you an idea. You look up all the CEOs of all the companies you want to work at. You see one of them went to your university. Then it hits you. You see a clear path from campus to career. You feel like you can see the future. You wonder if you're psychic. Should you start a hotline? No, back to plan A. You keep tailoring and connecting and applying, and before you know it, you start getting responses. First a few, then more, then an interview, and then you're hired. And that's when the real learning begins.
Oh, Okay, so basically that's like a little bit of introduction about LinkedIn. Maybe some people they never see LinkedIn before, or yeah, because usually sometimes when I shared about LinkedIn, some of them say, "Oh, I never heard about LinkedIn before," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's quite interesting." Okay, so right, I need to. Oh, sorry, my bad. I need to share another screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
There's another screen. Okay, cool. All right. So before I start, maybe I want to introduce myself as well. All right. So yeah, as you can see here, my name is Ayu Shahira. So I graduated from University of Technology Petronas on May 2020. I'm going to have my convocation next 2 weeks on 18 December. And currently as well, I'm pursuing part-time PhD in IT. Yeah. Basically, I think my plan is to learn machine learning. I'm not sure whether it will be according to the plan or not. Yeah, but yeah, basically I'm doing part-time PhD as well. So I'm from Miri Sarawak, but I stay in Bangsa South. Where during my degree time, I love competition. So I joined 38 competition during my degree time. So these are some of the achievement that I managed to get. So during my degree, I did my internship. I did my internship for 8 months in ExxonMobil Malaysia for as an email engineer. Maybe since we have different background, right? So basically, email engineer is like managing the server and all to make sure that our main communication tools work fine, because if your email doesn't work fine, then how are we going to do work, right? Yeah. So after I finish my after I finished my internship, so I managed to get some friends from HR and all, and then I asked them, how do I manage, how do I secure myself after graduation to work in an oil and gas companies, because since kid I really want to become an engineer in oil and gas companies, right? So they said like one of the things that you can do, IU, is to apply as soon as possible after the internship. But I told them like um I told them like I have another 1 year. Should I apply that early? And they say, yeah, 1 year is not that bad, because most of the big companies, if you want to join them, their application, their recruitment process are very long. For example, like myself, the current job that I have now, it took me 6 months for me to get the offer letter. Yeah, same goes to like I got offer from Google Japan. That one also took me around 2 years for the recruitment, the process just to filter out the candidates. Because just imagine now the demand is more than the demand is lower than the supply, right? Supply is too much. For example, especially the fresh graduate, every single semester they have more and more graduates need to compete with each other to get the job. So I think that makes sense. So that's why I decided to apply a year before I graduated. So that was when I managed to do a lot of mistake, learn how to get a job, learn how to do interview properly, and then learn how to manage my time. And then Alhamdulillah, I managed after like I think 4 months, I managed to get a job 1 semester in advance before I graduate. So that I got DHL Asia in Cyberjaya. I think some of you might know that. So I work as a software engineer there as a graduate trainee. And then during that time also, I'm still waiting for some of the offer. And yep, I job hop after two months. I job hop to my current job right now, which is BP Malaysia. So I'm currently under digital graduate. It's already changed the name. So it is like 2 years rotational program. So the first year I was a data engineer, and then the second year right now I am a UI UX designer. But then my official position is software engineer. Yeah, maybe if someone okay, online, yes. Company in the world. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes people ask me like, I'm not really familiar. Are you with your field? So yeah. So let me share with you. So okay. Basically, this is my internship place, and this is my current company that I work with. Yeah. So that's why when I managed to get my dream job, dream company, I feel like God really loved me. So I feel like I need to do something in return for the community, because it's very hard to get a job on during pandemic, right? And I am one of the lucky person that can get my dream job. So that's why I started to be active on LinkedIn and help people secure a job. Yeah. All right. So, okay, of course, before we want to be active on LinkedIn or something, we need to know the reason, right? Why do we need to be active on LinkedIn? Especially those who are not unemployed, so especially those who are unemployed, right? Okay, so as you can see here, because most of my audience are fresh graduate, they have a lot of like unemployment right now, especially the one that have skills. Before this, the one that is unemployed are the one that doesn't have skills. For example, maybe yeah, when during the interview they didn't know how to speak properly or something, but this one, they have skills but they're unemployed. So for example, like this, as you can see in 2020, uh, there were 800k people get unemployed. And then the problem as well for the salary, 1,000 salary only for fresh grad. So let's say if you're coming from private university, 1,000 ringgit is not really worth your investment, right? So because I think in Malaysia itself, private university, even the fees can go up to 100,000 per year. So let's say if you just get 1,000 as your salary, it's not really a good thing. You need to find a better job. So because of this, that's why um, before this, we have career fair. You can go there, you can ask the HR directly, do walk-in interview, and then even let's say if you get an interview, you can go for the face-to-face interview. Okay, the good thing about face-to-face interview is that you know what people are thinking, you know whether they like you or not. But then now, right, all of it is virtual. So it's quite hard to build the trust. So let's say if you just depend on the what we call that, on the traditional way of applying job, then it would be very hard for you to stand out from the other candidates, because you can, but it would take longer time if compared to people that have online visibility. Because okay, let's say we want to hire people, we need to build the trust, right? So if just based on the 2 page, it doesn't really show us who are we as in person. All right, for example, like today, Rani never meet me in person, but because of my online visibility, because of my personal branding, Rani have the trust. You can share to my audience about your own knowledge, and also your sharing, something like that. So that's the thing that we want to build without the need to meet each other first. Yeah, okay. All right. So I always believe that those who tell story rules the world. Okay. For example, people that are famous, people that are successful, they always tell their story. Story means experience plus factual, meaning to say we keep telling people about our story, right? Then they will learn from us, they will know us, and that's where we manage to do the networking and also build the trust. Okay. So I want to ask something lah today. Okay, anyone knows the name of this person, the first gentleman? Anyone knows? Can just
Elon Musk,
Elon Musk. Okay, the second one?
Bill Gates,
Yeah, third.
Warren Buffett,
Terror. Okay, okay. Back to the first one. What's the name of the company?
SpaceX or X Space,
Oh,
SpaceX,
SpaceX. Another one?
Tesla.
Tesla,
Tesla. Another one?
is it PayPal
Boring.
or Boring?
Boring
Okay.
company. Okay, next. This one. I'm sure everyone knows. Yeah, Microsoft. Then the third one?
What something
Monthly
Hathaway.
Hathaway.
Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah, okay. Oh, very good, huh? Usually people don't know the third one. Okay. So basically, usually people would know the person first, rather than the company itself, because we know that they're very rich, right? But then sometimes people say, I'm not sure what they're doing, but I know that guy is very rich, something like that. Because we do business with human, okay? For example, if we go mama or we go saloon or something, barber, we usually go to the same place because we love the human there. We love the interaction between us and them. Okay, same goes to anything that we do in the world lah. For example, we want to apply for a job, or maybe we want to apply, we want to do business, right? So we need to interact with people. That's why people say your network is your net worth. Okay, so in networking, there are 3 stages. Okay, I learned this 3 stages. So the first one is to know, to like, and to trust. Okay, to know means like, for example, we have Tan Sri Tony Fernandez, right? For example, okay, you know that, oh, I just follow him on Instagram, for example, right? Then you eventually you will see, oh, okay, this is he always posts her story. He always posts his story. He always shared what he's doing in Asia, right? Our CEO of Asia, and then from there we will eventually like him because we see, oh, okay, this is the kind of person that I want to be when I grow up, for example, right? It's very cool, right? Having your own airline companies, for example, and then eventually you will build the trust because you feel like, oh, okay, after keep on looking at the story, keep on seeing the picture and all. So when we already achieve the trust stage, anything that Tan Sri Tony Fernandez do, we will support because we trust that person, for example, right? So let's say one day Tan Sri Tony Fernandez say, oh, I want to sell a stone. So I'm like, maybe some people say, oh, what is that? And then if anyone buy the stone, they can have a dinner with me. So I'm sure there's a lot of people going to buy the stone, even though the stone costs like 200 ringgit, right? Because we already built the trust. So we need to duplicate as many people to have trust to us. That's how you. So let's say if we have for example, like my case, I'm helping people to get a job, right, nowadays. So let's say one day, touch wood, maybe I lose my job, I lose everything I have, I lose my money, I lose my clothes and everything. So the time for me to raise up from my failure would be how many people who trust me, and also how are they willing to help me. For example, right, I help a person, I help a fresh graduate now, and then after that, when I was in the bottom of the circle, life circle, so I can just simply ask all the people that trust me, can you help me? So of course, in life we'll give and take, right? So they will eventually help me, or let's say if they don't have any job for me, they will let me know the other person that have the job. So you don't have to deal with the fail section of your life for a very long time because you have a lot of people that trust you. Same goes to, let's say, if you want to do business, if you already built your network, the one that trusts you, anything that you sell, they will believe you. Yeah, for example, like that. Okay. So let me share a little bit about LinkedIn. Okay, in LinkedIn itself, there are 760 million users on LinkedIn. Okay, this is global social media, right? So that's why it's quite a lot. But then only 3 million share story on LinkedIn. So meaning to say, if compared to the other social media, LinkedIn is lack of content actually. So those who create content almost every day like me, able to stand out very fast from the others. Okay, but yeah, it's not that easy, but I know, but it's possible. Okay, next. 41% of millionaires use LinkedIn. Okay, the reason why they love LinkedIn is because compared to the other social media, we don't really put, okay, where we work, what is our position in the company itself, because it's not the main objective of that social media, right? But for LinkedIn, because everyone think that LinkedIn is like a place for work, something like that. So the millionaires are able to find a lot of potential talent, a very good talent there to work with them. Or let's say if they don't want to find also, they can learn from the industry people that is better than them on LinkedIn because we know their background, right? There, okay. Next, 90 million LinkedIn users are senior level influencers, 63 million are in decision-making position. So meaning to say, like, all the people that we network on LinkedIn is quite a good circle, because let's say if you want to find a job, the one that decide to hire you is in LinkedIn, are in LinkedIn. They're also active on Facebook or maybe Instagram, but then not for hiring people. So when they open LinkedIn, they have the mindset already, oh, I need to hire people, I want to find good talent or something like that. So that's why LinkedIn is very good. Okay. Okay, so like what I shared just now, nowadays people don't really meet each other because of the COVID, right? So what we always do is, based on LinkedIn research, 93% of recruiters, they will search you. Okay, they will search you on LinkedIn or on Google. So let me share with you. Let's say if I search myself, how to hide this thing? Hide. It's okay lah. It's
You mean the bar, is it?
yeah, the bar.
Okay, what you do, you actually go to the three dots, I think, there.
And then the hide, right?
Hide the floating.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And then if you need it back, you just press escape.
Okay, press escape. All right, cool. Okay, so let me Google myself. So if you have your phone or something, you can Google yourself as well. All right. Okay. So usually, if we Google ourselves, the first thing that will come out would be LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. They have a lot of budget to, like, you know, to pay Google to make sure that their search result will be on top. And let's say if your LinkedIn is empty, then you cannot offer them more information about you, especially when you want to apply for a job, right? And also, these are some of the ways people can see who you are actually. For example, you love to party, right? And then you forgot about your party picture, and then suddenly the recruiters search you, and then they say, "Hey, are you love to go to Zoom? Cannot lah like this." For example lah, right? But then if they see me with this a lot of like talk, and then all those like for example, like this one I went for competition, this one I did some talk with, this one is the Monster Award. Even my picture when I was 13 years old as a scout also, you can find it online. So just imagine how powerful LinkedIn is, how powerful internet is nowadays, right? Yeah, so this is the first thing that you need to do before you apply for a job or before you want to start your online personal branding thingy. Because let's say if someone finds something weird, or yeah, it's not good for your first impression. Okay, yeah. So yeah, today I want to share about how do you improve your first impression whenever people search you. Okay, the first thing to do is to improve your LinkedIn. All right. Okay. So why LinkedIn is so powerful? Let me share the difference between LinkedIn and the other social media, because a lot of us know that, oh, there's a lot of social media nowadays, right? So we need to know what is the difference. So we will use it properly based on the need itself. All right. Okay. The first one is Facebook. So usually I use Facebook whenever I want to stalk my mom, maybe whenever I want to search about, I think it's quite small. Okay, it is better, right? Okay, whenever I want to find business, for example, I want to buy a lot of t-shirt. Usually the business really love Facebook. So Facebook is place where you can see or watch what your family and friends are up to lah. Okay, next is Instagram. So Instagram is more towards visual. We need to say we share about the picture, and then let's say if you love any, for example, you love Priyanka Chopra, or you love you love any artist. For me, for example, I love Kim Kardashian, right? So you can see their lifestyle there, and then you will get inspired, like, oh, I want to become like that. Okay, let's say if you feel emo sometimes, you can find quotes, so you can share the quotes to your friends as well. So that's how I use Instagram. Next, we have TikTok. So TikTok is more like you just open and then you can just scroll it. Okay, you don't have to think. So because TikTok help you to find the content, that the thing that you want to see. All right, that's how we use TikTok. That's why sometimes when you open TikTok, you don't really know that, oh, it's already night. I start to scroll TikTok since morning already. Yeah, usually that's the kind of problem you will face if you addicted to TikTok. Next is Twitter. So Twitter is more like textual kind of content. People usually share their thoughts, any random thoughts about any particular topic. So there's no filter what kind of topic you want to say. It's just between you and the Twitter itself. So usually that's where people like become very politic oriented, and then maybe some of them, they love to share about like feminism or something. So that's where Twitter comes in. Okay, so for LinkedIn itself, if you ask anyone, they like the general answer would be, hey, LinkedIn is the social media to apply for a job, right? LinkedIn is the place where you can follow the company, right? Something like that. So I assume that LinkedIn is the place for professional growth, meaning to say we want to build as many, we want to networking and also build the trust community that I mentioned just now here. Okay, so anything that we do in the future, it will be very easy if compared to like you start it from scratch. Yeah. Okay, so many people also ask about, okay, Ayu, what are the other things that I can do? Because for example, like you yourself, you already have a job. For me, I already have a job. Why do you need to be active on LinkedIn, right? Okay, wait. Okay, is this readable or is it too small? It's okay, right?
Yes, it's okay.
All right. Okay. So as what I shared just now, 93% of recruiters use LinkedIn to research and recruit candidates. So every time I have clients for resume review, I will force them. It is a must for them to put and include their linking link in the resume, because nowadays LinkedIn is a very popular CV, we call it. All right. Okay. So there are a lot of opportunity that we can find on LinkedIn. The first one is opportunity to brand yourself as a subject matter expert. For example, like myself, I'm not coming from a HR background, but I love helping people to get a job. It's kind of like recruitment thingy, right? But it's not really related to IT. But then because I keep on sharing about the content and also helping people, and then people eventually think that I'm one of the subject matter expert when it comes to career, something like that. Okay, same goes to like, okay, let me share one of the Dr. Anshuman. Okay, same goes to Dr. Anshuman as well. Even though I never meet him, but then I know that he's very very good in data science. So as you can see here, she shared about data science document that you can learn, some of the website about data science. So eventually, if you really love to share content, and then people will think that you're a subject matter expert, and that's how you promote yourself to the recruiters if you apply for a job, or maybe if you're if you have a business. That's where people can put you as a subject matter expert, because okay, for example, you're selling makeup, right? So you keep on sharing makeup tips for corporate or something, then people will think, oh, okay, I want to learn about corporate makeup. Then they already know who is the subject matter expert, which is the one that always provide content about that, right? Yeah, so that's opportunity to brand yourself as a subject matter expert. Next is opportunity to connect with companies you want to work for and employees of those companies. Okay, let's say if you want to work with Shell, for example, right? So you can get connected with people. For example, how to connect is go to the My Network, and then after that you can sorry, not this one. Okay, let's say if you want to work in Shell, right? So what you can do is to just search Shell here and then find people, and then you can get connected with everyone that work in Shell to build your personal branding within that company. Okay, so that's how powerful LinkedIn is. All right, and also let's say if you want to follow Shell, you can also do that. You can just click here and then you go to the companies. Then you can follow all the Shell related page. For example, this one is their main Shell So you can follow, and then you can visit. Okay, the good thing about social media is usually the website also they will update, but then website will not give you notification. But if you're active on LinkedIn, you will have the latest notice about latest information about the company. For example, like here, right? So usually they will share here. For this one week, so you will get the notification about Shell is posting something. Yeah. Okay, back to this. All right. Opportunity next is opportunity to connect with others in your network who may know about position that will interest you. Okay. For example, like before this, I didn't know to become a data scientist, I need to have master or PhD. Let's say if I want to work in my company. But because of LinkedIn, I managed to network with some of the data scientists in my company, and then they said, if you want to become one of you need to have master or PhD. That's why I decided. That's why I decided to do PhD because of that. So I think it's very good because sometimes, yeah, I know it's okay to do mistake, but if you have a mentor, if you have someone that can guide you, you will be able to skip some of the errors, right? And your journey will be a bit shorter than if compared to those who just start without any guidance from the one that already have our dreams. Yeah. So yep, I really love this one as well. Next is opportunity to be seen by recruiters who are researching and contacting qualified candidates for opening they have right now. Okay, usually, for example, when people apply for job, 200 application traditionally, like they just send email, they apply through their website or something like that. You apply for 200 applications, right? That is the only opportunity in front of you. Maybe meaning to say the companies that you don't apply will not know about your existence, or maybe recruiters that want to find you, they don't know about you because you don't send your resume to them. But if you have LinkedIn profile, a very good LinkedIn profile, people can view your profile anytime, and also sometimes you manage to get offer from companies that you don't even know. Okay, but then maybe it's very famous. It's just that, yeah, it's just that maybe you don't know about it. You know, there's a lot of companies out there, right? LinkedIn make our growth in terms of career, it's very exponential. Okay, it can be scaled exponentially. Okay, let's say we already apply for 200 application just now, right? So if you apply or if you also active on LinkedIn, you can be seen by more than that. For example, like my case, my profile has been viewed almost before this, the highest was 40,000 within 90 days. So just imagine, I'm sure among that 40,000, some of them will be love to apply love to get me as their employee, right? Yeah. So yeah, the opportunity is exponential here. All right. Okay, next is, okay, so I already shared about the opportunity just now. Of course, this is a general one. So let me share what I get after being active on LinkedIn. All right. Okay, so the first thing is, yeah, this one is like 1 year ago. Okay, the good thing about LinkedIn, the most expensive thing about LinkedIn when you're being active here, you can leave your footprint. What does footprint means is that, okay, resume, you can go, let's say if you don't know how to make resume but you have money, right? You can just go to any career coach, sit down with them 3 hours, and then you can do a very good resume already. But then for LinkedIn, you cannot lie about it because we left the footprint here. Okay, so I always treat my LinkedIn as my professional diary. So let's say, for example, like this one is 1 year ago, this one is my 1 year ago post, right? So just imagine, like, let's say if the recruiter see, wow, she's been active on LinkedIn is like 1 year ago, let's say if they manage to see this post, right? Okay, so last year my followers was 1 followers only on May 2020. Okay, it's like, yeah, and right now, after 5 months of being active, I got 10,000. But as you can see here, my current followers is 44,000. So this is within a year. Okay, within a year. Okay, So what I did is I post every day on LinkedIn, and now already I post like maybe 4 to 5 times a week because I feel like I need to balance out as well. Because yeah, creating content on LinkedIn is not that easy, but it is possible for you to practice yourself to be consistent. All right. Okay. So I took a challenge, and then every day I post before this, and then I did resume review almost 729 after this. But then up until today, I almost do around 3,000 plus already resume reviews. So how I manage my time is after work, before work, I do resume review. After work, I do resume review. But now, like usually I will limit it to 20. Before this, I can go like up to 40, and then I end up not sleeping. So it's not good, right? Yeah. And then I also do some coffee talks, career talk, and yep. So that's how I increase my branding on LinkedIn. All right. So these are some of the achievement that I managed to get after doing it for 5 months. But then it's already 1 month. It's already 1 year plus, right? So let me update you the number. Okay. So up until today, I already helped almost like 280 plus people to get a job during pandemic. These are the person that update to me back. Okay. So that's how I measure it, because some of them maybe they get the job but they didn't tell me, so I don't really count it. Okay, we want to quantify the result. So yeah, 280 plus. And then my profile has been viewed by, this one is 20,000, right? So right now, as you can see here, my profile has been viewed 32,000. Okay, the highest was 40,000 because some of my posts went viral, then suddenly it will go up like that. All right. Where is it just now? Oh, this one. Okay. Next is I got invited by several career talks to become speakers. Okay, this is very important for me, because not really important. It's very special for me because I'm a fresh graduate last year, because I just graduated, right? But then people willing to invite me as their speaker to share about career. So sometimes people like, wow, you're 24 years old, but you managed to give this kind of knowledge to, you managed to share this kind of knowledge to people. It's quite amazing because and also I also got invited by Bloomberg to talk with the CEO of Hong Leong and also CEO of Bloomberg. And then I got featured on LinkedIn News Asia, and then I get to have meeting with Tansi Fernandez. And then yeah, it's very I think it's a very amazing journey, because just to post on LinkedIn every day and help people here, right? So I think yeah, it's quite amazing. So next, I received several awards because of my effort helping all the graduates to get a job during pandemic. So this one is like extra point lah. Okay, so like last 2 weeks I got Monster Award, and then this week also I got some award from my university, and also some of the recognition from my company as well. So I think it's very good for my age and good for my resume as well. Okay, next is sales. So as you can see here, I was a video editor before. So usually the big companies, they want to hire people, and then they will hire freelance, right? So I did freelance video editing before, but then because my schedule is packed now, so I didn't do it anymore. But then this one is after 5 months of being active on LinkedIn, my sales was around 50,000. It's a one person business. But yeah, from there I managed to gather my money to buy my first house. Yeah. Okay. Next is, okay, even though I don't have Twitter, I'm not active on Facebook. Sometimes I just post my picture on Instagram, but then my post has been shared across other platforms. How I know is some of my friends, they have this social media, and then they will share. So because of the sharing, you have organic reach, very good. You know, you don't have to spend, I spend 0 cent to be able to get all of this. Okay, so I think I'm pretty ordinary. I'm also local graduates and all, and then I'm also Malaysian. Yeah, not really like coming from a Tan Sri family or something. So I managed to get this. So I think everyone can do it as long as you put heart when you being active on LinkedIn. All right, so I did share this one. So okay, before I finish, I want to share how to get started on LinkedIn, right? So the first thing you need to do is to make sure that your profile is all-star profile. Okay, so what does all-star means? Okay, all-star means your profile should be complete. Okay, don't do your LinkedIn profile half done. Okay, so there are 7 components that you need to fill in order to get All-Star. All right. Usually they have before this, right? When you open your profile, you will see the All-Star here, but I'm not sure why they don't have it anymore. Okay, they have new interface, but it's okay. Just fill in everything inside there. Okay, so the first one, profile picture, experience, skill, summary, industry and location, education and connection. So I can share the link here. Wait, where's the chat? Oh, escape. All right. Oh, thank you, Mangalinga. Okay. Okay, so you can see the here the list of the things that you need to. Okay, but then I will go through one by one. All right. So as you can see here, we have this is what we call banner. Okay, banner is the place where you can put like it's like your front of the front of your house. Okay. So you can put, let's say, if you're an engineer working in the lab or something, you can take picture in the lab. Let's say if you talk in TED Talk before, you're invited to talk as a speaker in TED Talk, you can also put it there. Let's say if you meet Dr. Mahathir, you want to feel like, okay, this is very good to attract people for my profile, you can put it there. For me, because I spend a lot for my profile picture, so I just put fiber optic thingy so that people can focus on my face. All right. All right, so as long as you put, don't let it empty, okay? All right. Next is, this is the most important component because everything you do on LinkedIn, this is the first thing that people will see, okay? For example, I show you this one, right? When you post, you will see their face here. When you comment also, you will see their face here. So this is very important, all right? So make sure you use proper profile picture, okay? A good profile picture need to be okay, I learned it from Shanae Murray. She has almost 2 million followers. So based on her, she said, okay, you need to have plain background because if you have a colorful background, people cannot focus on your face. All right. Next, your profile picture should cover 60% of this circle because that's the reason why they put it circle. They don't ask you to do selfie full body because we would just want to see your face, right? So 60% of your face and your body, okay? And then after that, try to look forward, okay? Because based on psychological research, they said that people that have symmetrical face is attractive. So try to find picture that looks like your face is symmetrical. That's why all those K-popers, Kim Kardashian, celebrities willing to pay a lot for plastic surgery just to make their face symmetrical. Okay, so we use this trick a bit to make us looks attractive. Okay, next is to smile because people that smile looks approachable. Let's say if you looks very fierce or very garang like that, and people don't want to hire you, right? Yeah, so try to smile and look forward. All right. Okay, that's some of the tricks to get a very good profile picture. Okay, next, one more thing is, of course, make it HD. All right, don't use the pixelated one. Okay, because pixelated one shows that you don't really put much effort in your profile. And let's say if you're applying for a job, you want to use picture for your resume, use the same picture, okay? Because whenever they click at your LinkedIn, they can see, oh, this is the same person in the LinkedIn that applied for my job, something like that. All right. Okay. Next is name. Okay, this one is the name, and then as you can see here, there's a button here, the icon. This is what we call pronunciation pronunciation name feature. Okay, so if you click here, you can see a short message where you can pronounce your name because this is a short global social media, right? Some people, they don't really know how to pronounce my name. For example, like my name is quite simple, Ayu only, but then some people call me Ayu, some people call me A, so we can help them to learn how to pronounce our name. Okay, but then because LinkedIn offer us 10 seconds, so we can put a short message instead of just say Ayu Syarah Salim. So I put there, hi, my name is Ayu Syarah Salim. I'm applying for internship this year. Looking forward for the connection, or maybe looking forward for opportunity. Or maybe you can also say, let's get connected, something like that. It's like a welcoming short speech when people visit your house, like that. Okay. Next is what we call headline. So headline is also important, but people think that headline is the place where they need to introduce themselves. Actually, no. This keyword we need to list down all the keywords that we think people will search whenever they want to find us. All right, it's not to introduce yourself. For example, sometimes people put there looking for opportunities. That's wrong. Okay, I'm a student for fresh. I'm a final year student. No, don't say that, because whenever people search, right, for example, recruiter search, they will not search looking for opportunities here. They will search your roles, they will search your maybe the interest, or maybe the skills itself. So that's why we need to make sure the keyword that we put in our headline is correct. Okay, all right. So let's say if it's not related, how are you? For example, like my case, I'm someone from IT background, but I love to do career workshop, for example. You can put it there, because sometimes people search for career coach, right? They put here career coach, then career is in there already. Okay, and arrange it based on the priorities. Say if your priority, for me, my priority is working at BP, and then eventually and then followed by the one that have less priority. All right. Okay, next is all this hashtag thingy. So this hashtag is given by linking to those who have more than 5K followers. It's creator mode. Okay, so let's say anything that you do on LinkedIn, they will prioritize you first. So if you haven't have 5K connection or 5K followers, you need to work hard a bit lah. Okay, because yeah, LinkedIn will prioritize those who have more than 5,000 followers. So if I do content about job search, they will prioritize my post compared to the others first, because I have the creator mode. Right. Next is this one is the followers, and then okay, this is analytics. Okay, this is very important to see your performance. All right, you can click here. Okay, this is the reason why I shared just now, like if you do it traditionally, you send 200 resume like that, then that's the only opportunity you have. But as you can see here, there are 32,762 people view my profile within 90 days. Okay, it's not since I start. This one is just 90 days. All right, so it will change based on your performance. Okay, as you can see here, my performance negative 51% since last week. So meaning to say, maybe because I didn't post that well, or maybe because I'm not really active here. So I need to do something to make it positive again. All right. Okay. So 200 just now, let's say if we apply for a job, 200 job application, right? Adding with this, you have a bigger opportunity, and you have a bigger possibility to get job. So if you combine, maybe if you just depend on the traditional one, maybe you take around 2 to 3 months, but this one maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, because I already helped my friends, a lot of them, they get job on LinkedIn around 2 weeks only because of this visibility. Okay, next is the post view. Okay, this post view is based on your latest post. Okay, so it will change. For example, this one, this is like 26K view. Okay, so you can see where they work. You can also see what are they doing, their title, and then some of this from Greater Kuala Lumpur. Okay, their location lah. This one. Okay, so this one, let's say if you're applying for a job, you should have this human resource specialist. Let's say you want to create content, right? Make sure that the HR, talent acquisition is here. So meaning to say that your content is being viewed by the right audience. Or else, if you cannot include them, if you don't have any of them here, then you need to change your content title, content topic like that. Okay. So you can also see the previous one. Okay. One of the trick, actually, if you just started, right, you don't have much followers, you don't have much connection, is to tag people that have a lot of followers. Okay, so let's say if I like and comment on your post, you're able to get the same engagement from what I have, because every single followers that I have will be able to see the post, even though you don't have any followers. We call it as leverage, followers leverage. So that's why people love to tag everyone on LinkedIn, just to make sure that they can leverage other people's followers. But then if you tag that person need to like and comment, then it will work like something like that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Next we have search appearance. Okay, this is also very good if you're applying for a job. As you can see here, this is within a week. There are 7,440 numbers of time my profile appeared in the search result. So let's say if people finding maybe IU, they find me as well, the first one. Okay, maybe let's say if they find software engineer, they will find my profile as well. So 7,000 times. So just imagine, let's say if you want to apply for a job, this really helps. All right. Okay, and then you can also see where they work. And like this one is quite important as well. If you're applying for a job, you need to include HR, talent acquisition, hiring manager, CEO, someone that can hire you. Okay, or else you need to change your strategy on LinkedIn because yeah, there's something wrong about it. Okay, so these are some of the keywords that people use to search me. All right. So let's say if you feel like, oh, I think my LinkedIn is not doing well, so you can consider using this keyword. All right. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have featured. Okay, featured is like instant access kind of thing. So this part is the place where you can share what unique the uniqueness about yourself. Okay, in business we call it USP, unique selling proposition or unique selling point. So here, like my case, my uniqueness is I have a lot of viral posts. So as you can see here, 7,000, 6,000, 5,000. So that's why I put it here. Okay, let's say if you don't have any viral posts, you can also put a picture. You can also put article. Let's say if you have any article, let's say if you're being featured on the television or something, you can put the link, or maybe just put any picture that you feel like, okay, this is I joined competition or something like that, or maybe I meet some influential people. Okay, so this thing really grab the attention of people that views your profile. Okay, this is the things that I shared just now, the footprint. Okay, so the activity itself. Okay, so let's say if recruiter or anyone want to see, maybe business partner, they want to see what do you do on LinkedIn, they can see, okay, Ayu Shahira like this. Okay, and then Ayu Shahira like this as well. Ayu Shahira comment on this. So from here they know what kind of person are you. Okay, what kind of what language that you use to communicate with people, what kind of things that interest you, so they can track it here. All right. So they can also see article, post, and document. Okay, so that's why I always encourage people to be active on LinkedIn at least 30 minutes every day, because you need to leave your footprint. Okay, treat it as your professional diary. So recruiters or maybe your business or maybe your client will be able to see your footprint like this. Okay, they're able to know who you are as in real person. Okay, next is this one is the creator mode. Okay, activity. After activity, we have summary. Summary is like just put a short and a simple summary about yourself. No need to use complicated English. For me, I will share about like what a little bit background on myself, and then what I do on LinkedIn, and then what I want from LinkedIn. All right. For me, I want to do networking, for example. If you're applying for a job, you can put it here. Okay, next is experience. So experience, usually people who work, they will put about their work lah. For example, like internship, and then all their work stuff related. And then, but then for student, right? So usually student, you can also put something like this. One of my friends, instead of putting, because you don't have any work experience, you can also put some event and also like position that you do. For example, like ambassador, you can put it here. Maybe you're a president for any big event, you can also put it here. Okay, if you want to share a picture also, you can put like this. All right. Okay, next is education. So just share. Okay, because like, okay, some people also ask me, do I really need to put my result? My result is not that good. Yeah, you don't have to put your result, but then let's say if you have a very good result, a consistent result, it is good to show your work ethics, because sometimes you don't have any experience, right? For example, right? Or maybe you want to build the trust faster. You need to show your work ethics, for example, right? Okay, so usually most of the people nowadays, especially the recruiters, they use the academic result to show your work ethics. How do you maintain your performance? Do you take it seriously or not? So that's where they see your result. Okay, that's why I just put my result, because I think my result is consistent since kids. Okay, so I always get straight A or something like that. So people think, okay, Ayu has a very good work ethic, something like that. Yeah, let's say if you don't have good result, it's okay. You can just remove it, and then let's say if they ask, you can answer it during the interview. Something like that. Okay, after you fill in everything, then your LinkedIn is good to go for you to do content on LinkedIn. So we have two activities on LinkedIn actually: listening and also talking. Wait, I think I'm out of time. Sorry. Is it okay, Rani? Okay, give me another 5 minutes.
No, you can take your time. No worries.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Ayu.
Oh, no problem. Want to share more? Wait. Listening. Okay, this one. Okay, so there are two things that we need to do. Need to balance. Okay, the first one, listening and also talking. So listening means that we need to also read other people's content to be able to relate to them. Okay, for example, okay, let's say if you have any free time, you can scroll down to the homepage and then you can see like other people's content. And then you can also read some of the conversation in the comment itself. And then read the DMs. Let's say if you have any DMs and comment, and then monitor other people's reaction and response about that particular topic. So let's say if there's a lot of people talking about that topic, maybe you can consider to share about your thoughts as well about that topic. Okay, for example, like this, on LinkedIn, people do read comments because sometimes people share a lot of stuff. Okay, see, a lot of like very long kind of comment and all. All right. Okay. Next is talking. So once you already feel comfortable listening, but don't listen only, okay? It's not, for example, like we go for networking event, we just listen. So nobody will want to talk to us because we just listen. You don't want to talk to people. So it's not really an efficient way of building your network, okay? So talking is also important. So the first thing, let's say if you don't really feel comfortable doing content, you can do comment first, okay? So like what Nazrul just now, okay, as you can see here, people do read comment on LinkedIn. Okay, this I can give you one proof, one example. Where is it? Yep, I don't know why I don't have. Okay, this one. For example, like this one, right? Okay, this one. Okay, so for example, like this, I commented on his post about the difference between resume and also CV. So as you can see here, there were 61 people. There are 61 people like this comment. Meaning to say that people really read comments on LinkedIn. So you can start yourself on dropping a lot of comments here and there on LinkedIn, and then eventually people, but make sure that you put comment that is insightful. It's not like thanks for sharing, amazing sharing, like that. Okay, so when people read it, they will learn something from you and they're very curious. Who is this person? So they will eventually click your profile and look at your profile. So let's say if you're lucky, maybe the one that click your profile is a recruiter. Then you'll be able to get more opportunities, something like that. Okay, so after you feel like, okay, I'm good with comment now, so you can start doing your own content. All right, where is it just now? Is it this one? This one. And then make sure that you reply a lot of your comment and DMs if you just started. Okay, let's say like my case, I don't really reply much comment. I just prioritize my DM nowadays because too many DMs already. And also, yeah, because DM, I think they put more effort comments also put more effort. But then if I'm free, of course I will reply one by one. Yeah. Because sometimes some of the posts, right, they have like around 200 plus comments. So yeah, it takes a while for one person like me to manage this profile already. Yep. Okay. So yep, treat LinkedIn as something that you feel like you're doing it. You're going for a networking event. So the difference between LinkedIn and also our typical networking event will be LinkedIn can be scaled exponentially, and also it is safe from COVID. Yeah, because we are doing it online. Yep. I think that's all from me today. I hope you guys learned something. Yep. So maybe if we have any question, we can go ahead lah. Can ask.
Thank you so much, Ayu. Actually, there's a question from Mangalika. She wants to know whether you are using premium LinkedIn or the normal LinkedIn.
Okay, so like my case, I never use premium LinkedIn because let's say if you're a recruiter, then maybe you need to use. Okay, the main reason why people use LinkedIn Premium is to get more information, more insightful data, because they will give you like a very detailed data. You can download other people's resume on LinkedIn, and then let's say if you need to know more about that person, then you should have LinkedIn Premium. But let's say if you just want to build your personal branding or you want to apply for a job, normal one is okay already. And also it's very expensive. Yeah, so no need to waste your money for that.
Yeah, I also use the normal one. So
Right?
Pauline, I pass it to you to handle Q&A now.
Okay, are you like a speeding train just now?
Oh, is it?
That was good. That was good.
1 hour, 1 hour.
Actually, you have 2 hours. You know, we reserved 10 to 12 for you.
Oh, okay.
That's okay, but I think you covered, I think, all the aspects that is very important.
Okay.
So I would like to pass to anyone who has any question. All right, just unmute and just ask.
Yeah. I think Wendy has a question. Wendy, you can ask.
Hello, I'm Wendy here. Okay, thanks
Hi,
for sharing.
Wendy. No
Actually, my profession is insurance underwriter, but at night I do stand-up comedy.
Mm.
So can I write my profile as a stand-up comedy, as a comedian below my profession's link, profession's information?
Oh yeah, sure. And also you can also share some of the corporate comedy or something like that, because it's your profession, right? If people ask you why you share comedy things, because that's my profession. I'm a comedian. So yeah, right? Yeah, because we're sharing about our career. Your career is one of them is to make people laugh. So if you make people laugh on LinkedIn, then it means that you're doing well in your career, right? Yeah. So why not? Yeah. I think I see some of the comedian in quite famous one. Later I will can't remember his name. So he have quite a lot of followers, like I think around 400K like that. So what he did is he shared some of the corporate comedy with the boss or something like that, or maybe do videos about it, and that because it's a even though it's a professional social media, it's still a social media. People come there to just relax, but maybe this one, our content is more like corporate. Let's say if like you want to share about how to be grateful or something, also you can make it like a little bit like a joke or something. Yeah, it doesn't have to be very serious. Yeah, so
Because I don't want, my concern is I don't want to affect my my rice bowl. My rice bowl is still a profession insurance underwriter. So if there's no conflicts, will be okay lah.
Yeah, it should be fine, because we're not promoting our career, we're promoting ourselves. So we want to, for example, like me, right? I want to promote Ayu Shahira. I don't want to promote me as a UI UX designer, because we never know until when we do that work, right? So we want to promote ourselves there. So that means that you're a human, right? Wendy, so you're not just working, you also have the other things that you love to do. Making people laugh is one of the things that you love to do. So why not you share your story, something like that? So why you started being a comedian, and then you can also share about like, oh, what are the things that you shared during your part-time job or something like that. So it's like a hobby. So it's nothing wrong having a hobby, right? For example, for like, yeah, right? No problem. Anyone else have question? Oh, where's the chat box?
James, any question, James?
I think it was similar with Wendy just now, but I already put it in as well, like including some videos.
Yeah.
Were you referring to Gajan, the
Gajan, is it?
yeah?
Yeah, I
Because
think
I know he does a lot of corporate gigs as well.
yeah, I think his name is like around there lah. I
Ah,
can't
okay.
remember also a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Because Gajan is a full-time comedian.
yeah, so one of the things people can do that because I think it's quite normal to have hobby and also side hustle nowadays. For example, like my friend, she worked as a finance manager in a company, and then at the same time she sell makeup, Mary Kay makeups. So instead of just sharing like financial advice or something like that, she also shared about how to wear makeup corporately, how to look nice when you go for interview, how to dress properly as someone that want to work, and then her own story about her own insecurity, and then you can share like different kind of content because people know that you're someone that work in finance background, but people also know that you love makeup at the same time. Yeah, because that's how you build your personal branding. You want to create what are the things that people think, what are the things that people want to remember whenever people mention your name, right? So for example, like me, people will think me, okay, Ayu is a software engineer. At the same time, he also help people to find a job, or maybe, oh, the LinkedIn LinkedIn influencer, something like that. Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah. So you want to, that's how you build our personal branding. We can control it actually. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Ayu.
No problem. Anyone else have question?
I have another question. Should I put my LinkedIn as a private or public?
Oh, public is better because we never know what kind of people that we meet, right? And then let's say if you put public, I don't know why you cannot put it as a professional diary because we want to. Okay, the reason why it's public is because we want to show our footprint, like what I shared just now. So if we do it private, then people cannot see it. Okay. Yeah, I know sometimes people say like, oh, it's not good for you to reveal yourself on the internet, but that's how it's worked, right? Because like what I shared just now, 2 page of resume cannot show who we are. Okay, let's say if we shared more story, more information, more database about us, and we control it based on what we want to post on the internet, then it will be a very good thing to do. Okay, you already brand yourself. Okay, this is Ayu. This is what I want people to think about me. Something like that. It's not like we want to lie to them or something like that. It's just that to let them know that we are this kind of person without having to meet them, without having to like give them more, like need to give a supporting document or something. You just can share your LinkedIn link. They already know who you are. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, any other question?
Any other question, guys? You're live here. Just ask, just shoot. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Good morning. Just want to, for those who are considered freshie and unemployed or freshie, if they are brand new, I mean, they just graduated or just got a little bit of experience, some of them will be thinking like, hey, what do I write every day? You know what I mean? To pull in people, what do I know to write every day? So maybe you can share like how when you started, how were you posting about trying to make insightful messages every day for someone who's freshie or even experienced, but they are new to LinkedIn. You know, 2 scenarios, right? You're freshie or you are also like 5 years, 10 years ago, but then you're new to LinkedIn. What do you write like every day to build up that numbers and influence, something like that?
Oh, okay. I can share about that. Wait, let me find my post. Okay, so actually, you can share anything actually. Like for example, even if it's like 10 years ago, achievement also you can share because it's a sharing. Like, but then you just don't just share your achievement. Share also how you achieve it. So for me, a good post is a post that when people read it, they're able to learn something from you. For example, you shared that, oh, you're a pilot. So how some of the youngster, for example, right, they want to know how you manage to become a pilot. So you write there, okay, I'm a pilot. Then you write like that, or maybe let's say if they're freshie, right, okay, they can share about what they're doing in uni instead of just studying. Okay, maybe if they're good in study, maybe they can share how they manage to get what how they manage to get the first class, right? Something like that. Wait, I have wait, I have a list of okay, this one. Okay, let me share my screen again. I think this one is quite good. Where is it? Okay, screen 2. Can you see my screen? Okay, so there are types of like content that you can do. First one is the listicle. So listicle is more like the one that you're reading now. For example, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Okay, maybe you know how to cook very well, so you can put, okay, how to cook a very good nasi lemak, for example, right? Then you can put that one, the list of the product, and that the list of the materials that we need to use, and the list of the ingredient that need to use, something like that. Or maybe if you want to share about how to become that, to become that one also, you can do that. Okay. So next is contrast. Contrast means that you want to compare between two things. Okay. The first thing, maybe for example, that one of my contact is working from home and working from the office. Something like that also can. Or maybe if you're subject matter expert, maybe you want to share about two things. So this one also can become content. Inspiration. Okay, let's say if you have any success story, then you can also share. Okay, let's say recruiters also will able to read that, and then because this one are some of the things that we don't put on resume, because resume maximum 2 page only, right? Yeah, so we can put some of the story here, okay, on LinkedIn, so they can read through your professional diaries. Okay, next is present vs future. So we can do comparison between what happened before and what happened now. Okay, see, I think we will use flying cars in 2025, for example, and then so you can share about the thoughts about it. Next is analytical. So you can share about your analytic research or something. So you can see, for example, breakdown on how to be productive. Okay, next is debate. So debate is like more to like challenging the general advice. For example, like my case, I said to them, general resume is better than sending the customized one. So I'm like, so everyone is like very yeah, controversial a bit lah, something like that. That's this debate lah. Next is experience. So let's say if you have 5 years of experience, maybe you can share how to get this certificate, or maybe you can share like how do you manage to be a software engineer, something like that. Or maybe you can also share, let's say if you work in overseas before, you can also share, okay, how do you work in overseas, or maybe how do you build resilient, or maybe let's say if you had a depression before, how do you overcome that depression, for example. Okay, next is do's and don'ts. For example, like my case, I shared do's and don'ts on how to start your career, so something like that. Okay, next is answering questions. So let's say if people ask you question in the comment, or maybe in the comment on in DM, you can also answer it. Okay, next is process and hack, and then also share how do you do it step by step lah. Okay, and many more. All right. Okay, so people ask me like, this is a very famous question. Don't you feel like sometimes we feel like we bragging about our achievement? But for me, I think it depends on what is your objective of doing that. For me, I want to inspire people so that, for example, like fresh graduate nowadays, they feel like they demotivated because of COVID, right? So I think my story can inspire more younger generation to promote our country about their work and all. And then I think there's a lot of talent out there that not being appreciated more than they should, right? So putting it on LinkedIn is very good. And at the same time also, corporate world, our KPI, our salary is based on our performance. So if you just keep it by yourself, then how are your boss going to know about your performance as well, right? Yeah. So yeah, for me, I just share it here. Then yeah, my boss also know what I'm doing at the back. I mean, like what I'm doing with what I do outside of my working hours as well. So like, okay, are you do this? Are you do that? Okay. So I think it just like what I shared just now. The more story you share, the better. So yeah. So don't worry about what other people about thinking about us, because usually this is the main concern why people don't want to do content, because they're afraid, oh, people might judge me, my content is not good. It's okay, don't just ignore them. Okay, having a good engagement is like extra point. Okay, the main thing that we want to do is to create our professional diary. That is the most important thing. Okay, all right, I shared this lah in the chat so you guys can.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you that as well.
Yep. Okay, so I think maybe this one last question, because I have another I have another session with with my university after this. Okay, meaning that it's more personal to LinkedIn is personal. Okay, it's more towards yourself. We want to promote ourselves, because like that's why we call it public figure, because anything that we do after this, people will follow us because they already create the trust. Okay, so it's more important to let people know about our existence rather than the other things. Like what I shared just now, we do business with people, we don't do business with companies. Okay, a good companies have a good people inside, so we want to showcase that we are one of them. Okay, next, can I write about dating tips? Yeah, sure, why not? As long as it's can give values when people read it, why not? Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to stop now already. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ayu, for the amazing 1 hour of good knowledge shared. I'm sure that everybody is going to go and update their LinkedIns. And please also, like if you have any other questions that later you come about, you can always send me a message or send a message to Ayu. I will definitely relay it to her as well. Yeah. So I pass it back to Colin. Thanks again, Ayu. All the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ayu. Very informative.
Yeah, as you see, Suresh also is here. Suresh is also part of LTT Global.
Oh, hi,
Thank you, Ayu. Thank you. It was very refreshing. I think because being freshy or maybe lacking experience in LinkedIn, one of the big issues is that they lack the self-confidence to post,
True.
self-esteem. You say, hey, before I post, what will people think? I think you have covered that very well. Don't care about what people think. Just go ahead and post, but just be that little bit careful. I don't go and post something political.
True.
Kind of thing, right? Other than that, it should be okay. I think you have given them a lot of confidence today.
Okay, before we log off, can we on our cameras and take a group photo?
Sure.
Yeah. Richin, Angeline, Beryl, Jacqueline, Shafinas, Ahmad, Sawa. Anyone else?
And Sawa is okay.
Angeline, Beryl, Shafinas. Hi, Shafinas.
Yeah. Angeline and Beryl. Okay. Angeline is here. Yes, nice. And Beryl. Okay. Beryl, are you owning the camera? Okay, I think we can take, because Ayu got to go for her next session. Yeah.
All right. Smile, your best smile.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you to each and every one of you as well for making time today. I hope you had a good time and also learned a lot. Take care. Have a great weekend. Thanks again, Ayu, for being here.
Okay, no
Thank you.
problem.
Everyone.